This video can only find you that you are on a rapid transformation and awakening journey. You're one of those few souls who know that you're here for the ascension, the rapid, fast, high-speed train version. And how you know this is because you asked for it. Okay, so you're going to search your memory right now. At some point in time, you asked, you prayed, you wish, you manifest, okay? You set the intention of speed this up. There's something that you wanted to whether achieve, get rid of, come into alignment. You ask, dear God, dear source, dear universe, I'm ready to become my full self now. I'm ready to achieve this now. I'm ready to be this person now. I'm ready to live my truest, highest life now. Some version of that. You have prayed, you have asked, and now that's why the crumbling, the tower moments, the people leaving your space, your life, I'm hearing your house. Okay, so some of you guys can be someone moving out. Can be like a divorce, separation, or parents moving, you moving, kids leaving, something like that, something about the people in the house leaving. You're tapping into this energy and the frequency of this video that I'm channeling and transmitting through right now, that this is the time of your life where you have to come back to self and realizing that everything that's happening right now in your reality is because you asked for it. You might not ask directly for the tower moment. You might not ask directly for the, people to break up with you, the people to leave your life, stuff like that. But you did ask to become your truest and highest version. Yes. You did ask to have massive impact. You did ask to become your true self. Some way, some form, some shape. And this is how you know. And this is why this message is coming through, because I'm always channeling through your higher self, your God consciousness, what you know deeply to be true already deep within you. And I'm just reflecting this truth back to you as your mirror. So I'm connecting with, you're very powerful, very intuitive, and highly intelligent. Okay, I'm hearing smart, smarty pants. Okay, you. And this is the energy where you have to realize that sometimes when we're so caught up in the circumstance, things just get more chaotic because it's like you're chasing a rabbit in the mirror. Okay, I'm being shown this interesting analogy. You're chasing a rabbit in the mirror, but you can't do that. Like the mirror only reflecting the rabbit like where you are, not in the reflection. So this is the thing. You're always going to be chasing the white bunny, and the chase will never end because you're looking at the mirror reflection and trying to change it. But instead, if you want the cute little white bunny, you look is here, okay? Or if you want to change the way you smile, the way you look, you change, okay, from within. Not trying to move the mirror, you can't do that. So this is a reminder that you created a lot of these happenings in your life. I mean, you created all of it, consciously, unconsciously. But this is the time where you realize that, yay, you're on the high-speed train. And this video and this message is coming at you as a reminder that pay attention, okay? Pay attention to what is shifting and transforming within I'm hearing your body, within your system, and in your energetic system. Instead of looking at all the things that are crumbling in your life right now, because honey, there might be, okay, some things that are crumbling in your life, 100%. If you ask for transformation, then transformation has to occur. Okay, the outdated things has to go out as your outdated identity is leaving. You are now operating in a new, like 2.0, okay, version of you. The version of you that is anchored in the light, in the truth, in the purity, in the highest consciousness, in God. And that will require obedience, okay? There's going to be some parts of your ego that's going to be triggered by this word, obedience. But when you tap deeper into it, what this obedience is about is that the obedience to you surrendering to your highest destiny, your highest power, because the path has already been paved. When I'm talking about the path, I'm talking about your destiny path. the destiny path that you know that you're here to live, the version that you know your highest potential, honey. That's what I'm talking about. Your highest potential, the one that has this big va-va-voom energy, the one that is charismatic, the one that is transformative, not just in themselves, in their life, but helping people, having huge impact, just naturally, not even trying. The version of you that is happy, that is giddy, that is life-giving. The version of you that feels successful, standing on your own feet, not just feeling like you need to make all this happen and find false happiness and success in the matrix. You know that you're a new earth guide and a new earth leader, a new earth co-creator. That's why you're here. That's why we vibe, okay? And this is the energy where you are being reminded to stop looking out in the matrixy world, in the 3D world, at your circumstances and thinking, oh my gosh, why is it happening to me? That puts you into victim mindset. That puts you in fear consciousness because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to part way with my old identity. Where right now, your higher self is like doing all this heavy lifting thing, okay? Sending you the people, the signs, the synchronicities, the opportunities, you know, I'm hearing options. So you can be having options to kind of go towards. It's sending you a lot of things, but it's also collapsing the old outdated timeline. Your job right now is to let it crumble, okay? Comment below, I allow the old to crumble. I make peace with the crumbling. Because you can only make space for the new to emerge when the old has collapsed. You know, you have like some outdated, like old, you know, sketchy condo, you know, building, apartment building. Like that has to be like abolished, okay? Like was it Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, okay? Like you need to, you know, break it down for the new, okay? High tech, whatever, condo, luxury, you know, eco-friendly, whatever. Like, I don't know if it's condos are eco-friendly or not, but you know what I'm saying. It's like some new cool version of it to be built. So for that to happen, the abolish process has to happen. And also you're on this journey right now where you can be feeling, I'm hearing pain and agony. I'm hearing the word agony specifically. So there can be a lot of deep pain that is like, I'm hearing kind of ripping you apart from the inside, okay? Let me know if you feel this. Drop me a heart or hit the like button. There's some agony that is like stretching you open. You can be going through like major ascension symptoms right now in terms of pain, like actually like pain. Like, you know, you might not have a heart condition, okay? But you feel like, oh my God, my heart is being ripped apart. There's something in my body, in my system that is like, it's like someone like pulls on your inside for fun, you know? So you're feeling this pain and you're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? What is actually going on is that all your energies, all your chakras are opening, spinning, clearing out the old. So again, it works on the energetics and the physical. And also the mental. At this time, as you're connecting with this, all my videos are timeless. So whenever you connect with it and you feel called to it, that's when you will receive that message. So make sure you check out the other videos as you feel the resonance. When your mind, at this time, your mind can be going like 1,000,000 miles an hour. And what that means is that all of a sudden, you know, you can be a pretty cool Zen person, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden you're just like, I'm having these uncontrollable thoughts. Uncontrollable thoughts, or just it's just happening so much and it's coming out of nowhere and you feel, I'm hearing energetically overwhelmed, like exhausted. Like a computer system that is like overworked and it's like heating up and it's like, you know the energy, like it's hot, it feels like it's over functioning. That can happen to you right now, okay? Because you're going through a very high-speed ascension path. Things are not gonna make sense because they're not meant to make sense. Your job is not to look at the 3D and be like, oh, let me make sense of it. Your job is to look at the 3D as feedback, okay? So ask yourself, okay, what is it showing me about my inner world? What is it teaching me about my inner world? And how shall I respond if I choose to respond to this as the highest version of me? Because sometimes things can come to trigger you. Okay, you can get all these, bad news, or you can get all these people coming at you out of nowhere. You can get all these, unexpected bills or unexpected news or something that just like, what the F, right? But the thing is, you have to realize that it is how you react that is going to dictate how is the next sequence of the 3D manifestation gonna go. So the 3D is always a delayed manifestation of what's inside and what you agree and react to, basically. So if you are like, you know what, I want to stay calm, and then that calm is going to project on, okay, and on and on. It might not happen right away, but then maybe the next day when you wake up, it's going to be more calm and it's going to subside. Because you project calm now, then it has to manifest, okay? Everything is in here, it has to come out. So that's why a lot of people make the mistake of going in their, private thoughts and think bad, evil, resentful thoughts of other people. Oh, I hate that biatch. Oh, that mofo is not doing it right. It's not making me happy. It's not doing his job. Okay, whatever. Like you can have these thoughts in private and you think that you're being like sleek about it. It gets manifested out, meaning that those people, okay, everything is in your assumption. So they're going to be reacting and they're going to be presenting themselves just like the person, just like the identity that you have assumed them to be. So what does this mean? It means that whatever you have going on in private, the invisible, the intangible, is going to manifest out here. That's how manifestation works, okay? So this is a reminder for you to everything that's going on in your outer world. This is not the time to react, but it's the time to ask yourself, what is the next set of manifestations that I would like to have at a later point? Okay, so what that means is that what can I program now that I know that it's going to happen, let's say the next day or the next, whatever week. Then that's the reaction or response that you're going to go with. Okay, so for example, right now, people can be arguing with you, okay, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your, clients are acting up, whatever, right? Like they can be like barking at you. And then are you going to bark back? Okay, then barking back and forth is going to be in your future because you have started it and it's going to continue this chain of karma, this chain of this chaos. So in this moment, you have to catch yourself, right? This is what consciousness is about, is being able to be aware, okay? To be conscious is to be aware. So you're going to catch yourself and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to do my, ninja move right now and be like, okay, you're going to bark at me? Do I want more barking in my future? No, I don't, okay? I like peace, okay? So then you're going to speak very calmly, okay? And then when you feel that peace is not achieved by, talking back and forth, then you are going to namaste and you're going to leave, okay? Or you're going to find some peaceful solution. You're going to take a moment to breathe and regulate your nervous system. This is a lot of this work where it asks you to be more conscious and be more aware. What you tolerate is going to perpetuate. So if you tolerate chaos in your life, and you're going to feed into that chaos. Okay? And another way I'm hearing for you is, sometimes it's not about being right. Okay, you can be in argument with, all such people. That doesn't mean that they're wrong, you're right, they're right or wrong. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what do you value, okay? So I want you to ask yourself, what do you value? Okay, comment below. What are the 3 top things that you value in your life right now? The 3 top energies that you value in your life right now. And I encourage you to write it down or even comment it in the box, and I love to read it. And the reason being is that when you're clear with it, you operate by it. Like I have a set of values that I operate by, and I run all my decisions and all my moves through them. So it's peace, love, integrity, your top 3, for example, right? And if you're in an argument, then you're like, okay, if I value peace, am I going to be calling them names right now and then instigate more fire, more fuel, right? If I value integrity, then I'm going to make sure I do what I say I'm going to do, right? I'm going to make sure I show up for certain things. If I value accountability, then I need to take accountability for my stuff. If I value respect, then I must respect myself and I must respect others. And that means that respecting their opinions, okay, as well. So allowing yourself to know what are your top 3 values, okay, top 3, top 4, whatever. And then you will, in any situation, you're going to run through it. This is also a reminder that at some point, okay, the one who's connecting with this message right now, at some point, you're gonna have this realization that it is all you. If you haven't come to that realization yet, you will. If you are allowing your stream of consciousness to keep on flowing and expanding this way, you're gonna realize that you are the one that dictates your personal reality. And this is where a lot of people get really caught up in all the chaos of the 3D, is that they start worrying about the world politics and all this worldly, big issues. But actually, unconsciously, there's a lot of that you don't want to deal with in your inner world, and you worry about other people's issues. Sometimes we do that to avoid our own issues, our own working out, our own problems. So that's why you always have to come back to self, come back to source, come back to your field, and then ask yourself, am I operating in a field of coherence? Am I operating in the field of peace? Am I operating in a field of love? And these are the questions that are going to help you awaken to your highest and truest potential in a less chaotic way. The chaos, the collapse is going to happen 100%. I'd be lying to you if I say, don't worry, you're going to minimize that. No, things are going to collapse, okay? The underlying relationships are going to collapse. The people are going to leave. Your money is going to be a little, questionable, right? Even your house situation, your job is going to be like done, okay? Things like that are going to happen. Okay, I made a bunch of videos on my channel, so you can check that out to support you with the move to the new earth, because that's exactly what you sign up for and you ask for, okay? But the thing is, you can minimize the super suffering type of effect on you, because it's gonna hit your nervous system, okay? Your kundalini, your life force energy, your chakra is gonna begin to open, crack. You're gonna feel like you're gonna go through a dark night of the soul, okay, 100%. Okay, if you've gone through a dark night of the soul, let me know down below. Give me a black heart. It's painful, okay? It's agonizing. It doesn't make sense. You're crying on the floor. You have no idea what's going on. You don't know who you are. So that's gonna be pain. But the thing is, what we're moving through here is that we're moving through pain with a heightened awareness, so that suffering can be optional. Okay, it's like pain for sure. Okay, it's like, but you don't have to suffer. You only suffer when you feed into the suffering of saying, I blame him for my stuff that I projected out, that I don't want to deal with. Okay, that's your stuff. That's you got to deal with. Okay. So this process is, you have to get so honest and so real and so raw with yourself. So the path of ascension is not just love and light and hallelujah. It's about shadow integration. It's about looking at your deep dark side The sides of you that you rejected. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good light worker. I don't have dark side, stuff like that. Who has that? I don't know, not me. Honey, okay? Honey, you have suppressed anger, okay? You have suppressed rage, okay? And all of these can be so pressed down when you're playing the good girl, good boy template, when you're trying to play the spiritual namaste, okay, image on the front, but in the back, okay, you bad boy, you bad girl, okay? Who are you? You don't have to admit here openly, okay? You can if you want, it's a free space, but just saying, you have to come into the terms with who you are, and that's the inner harmony. Okay, that's the yin yang energy. That's I'm comfortable with my light and I'm comfortable with my darkness. Darkness doesn't mean bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like night. Okay, is night bad? No, you sleep. Okay, sleep is good. You know what I'm saying? So just allowing yourself to know that we have to exist. We have to coexist. The darkness, the light, the black and the white, and the yin and the yang, and the up and the down, and the feminine and the masculine, we have to coexist. It's a dance. It's a dance of creation. It's a dance of consciousness. And in this dance, that's when you realize that all of this is your dance. All of this is you putting together all these pieces of you, realizing how powerful you are, how one thought, one shift in energy, one decision can change your whole personal reality. And at the same time, when you really let go and you just witness, you see all these miracles that can happen just by you existing as the pure consciousness itself. So there's so much depth that we can go into, which we cannot go in one video. That's why I make a lot of videos here on the channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and watch the ones that you feel drawn to. But the end of the day is that coming home to oneness, coming home to wholeness, coming home to source, to God as the true pure energy. Because only God can give you peace. That's why it's called the peace of God. And you can only connect to that peace when you're in stillness. When you're no longer fighting your left side, your right side, your yin, your yang, your masculine, your feminine, okay? All of these seemingly opposing sides of you, you somehow calling it back and harmonize that within you. And knowing that throwing all of these labels out of the window, you're a child of God. You're the son of God. You're the son of all that is. You're the, and when I say sun, the sunlight, the light, the crystalline code. Your Christ consciousness will awaken during this journey. And that's why everything that is dense, okay, that is heavy, it has to collapse. That's why it feels heavy, because your pain body wants to grab onto you. And that's why on this journey, as you're going through all of this ascension, you're gonna feel lighter. You're gonna look lighter. You are going to be lighter. What I mean is that you're gonna be more chill, okay? Maybe more nonchalant about things. Not apathetic, but just well, nah, I don't care. I'm not in judgment anymore. You don't judge yourself, you don't judge others anymore. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. And you just find joy in little things. Little birds, little bees, little leaves makes you happy, grateful, brings you to tears. Hello, tree. Okay, you begin giving tree names. Okay, who has tree friends? Okay, let me know down below. Give me some trees, some birds, some leaves emojis. Okay, my nature lovers. You're gonna become more childlike. You're gonna bring back the innocence, because you remember that you're the son of God. You're the light of God, and that light lives forever. That's eternal love. All right, my love. Let me know down below what comes up for you, what you're going through. I'm feeling this is a very exciting time and definitely an accelerated ascension time for you. So just buckle up, have fun, okay? Fly. You're the phoenix here, honey. You're the dragon awakening here, honey. There's nothing you need to fear, okay? Become unafraid. One of my favorite, I guess you can call affirmation. I don't even like to say affirmation. I call it my declaration and just, remembrance. I am unafraid. Okay, comments down below. I want to see some fire emojis, some phoenix, some dragon emoji. I am unafraid. Let me hear it. I love you so much. This is Tina Wong. Check out this video and be sure to subscribe for more. I'll see you on the next one.